Welcome back to another episode of Myths and Mysteries in Black and White with your two hosts, Josh and Ed.
Hello.
First things first, like we say now, I'm not Ed, I'm not going to ask how you are, but, thought of a question.
Ooh.
You could, dead or alive, have 3 people for a dinner party. Who are you inviting?
Steve Irwin.
Yeah.
Steve Irwin for a start. Do they have to be like famous people?
No, it'd be anyone.
Right. My mum and David Attenborough.
Decent.
Yeah.
Decent.
What about you?
Yeah, I think I'll probably go Steve Irwin, Sir Alex Ferguson. I've not got a fucking clue. I've not got a clue on the third one. But no, as you can tell by the title, this week we're continuing on with the Norse mythology part of the series. And today we are going to be talking about Valkyries and Valhalla.
Yeah, boy.
Which, seeing I took basically the reins last week with the gods and that. Ed, you'll be the one that's basically taking the reins with this.
Oh, nips.
But like we said last week, we are going to be probably coming back and forth towards the God of War games, particularly the Norse, the latest two, the Norse ones, because like we said, they are really the only anything like pop culture wise that even remotely talks about the pantheon of like old Norse. So like, yeah, okay, you have Viking games, you have Viking TV shows and that, but nothing really to do with Norse mythology itself.
No.
Which is why, if we do mention it again and you get bored of it, apologise, but like I said, it is really the only thing that's remotely close to it.
Yeah.
But no, Ed, take it away, boy.
Right. Well, I think first things first, we've got to talk about the Valkyries.
Yeah.
Because they're the choosers of the fallen.
Mm-hmm.
That's what their name does mean. They're female.
Thank you very much for watching.
The helping spirit of the god Odin. The modern image of the Valkyries as elegant, noble maidens bearing dead horses to Valhalla. Dead heroes. Horses.
Blake died on the battlefield. Nah, fuck that. I want him. I want the Shetland.
I'm so sorry, yeah. Yeah, no, they bear the dead heroes to Valhalla. It's largely accurate for what it is, but a highly selective portrayal that exaggerates their pleasant qualities to some extent. This tendency towards sanitization is present even in the later Old Norse sources, which focus on their love affairs with human men and their assistant Odin in transporting his favourites among those slain in battle to Valhalla, where they will fight by his side during Ragnarok.
Mm-hmm.
As far as we today can tell, the Valkyries have always had such characteristics, but in heathen times they were far more sinister. The meaning of their name, choosers of the slain, refers not only to their choosing who gains admittance to Valhalla, but also to their choosing who dies in battle, and using malicious magic to ensure that their preferences in this regard are brought to fruition. Examples of Valkyries deciding who lives and who dies abound in the Eddas and sagas. The Valkyries' gruesome side is illustrated most vividly in the Darajord. We're going with that.
Yeah.
A poem contained within Najal's saga. Here 12 Valkyries are seen prior to the Battle of Clontarf, sitting at a loom and weaving their tragic fate of the warriors, an activity highly reminiscent of the Norns. They use intestines for their thread, severed heads for weight, and swords and arrows for beaters, all the while chanting their intentions with ominous delight. The saga of Volsungs compares beholding a Valkyrie to staring into a flame. This picture is confirmed when we turn to the lore of other Germanic peoples. Amongst Anglo-Saxons, for example, the Valkyries were female spirits of carnage. The Celts, with whom the Norse and other Germanic peoples engaged in fruitful cultural exchanges for numerous centuries, had similar beings of their own, such as the war goddess Badab and the Morrigan. We've mentioned Badab before. I can't remember
ages ago.
Yeah, I can't quite remember. Whether in their loving or bloodthirsty modalities, the Valkyries are best understood as part of the extensive dynamic complex of shamanism that permeates pre-Christian Germanic religion. Much like the ravens, Hugin and Munin, they're projections of parts of Odin, semi-distinct beings that are parts of his larger being. So basically they were seen as like being part of Odin, weren't they?
Yeah, like an extension of him kind of thing.
Yeah.
But the main thing they are known for is ferrying like the dead over from the normal realm to Valhalla.
Yeah. Midgard.
Yeah, that's what I was looking for.
From Midgard into Valhalla.
Yeah.
Which I think is in Asgard, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It's Odin's Golden Hall.
Yeah.
But I've got some of the names written down of some of the most famous Valkyries. Again, if you've played the God of War games or you've studied Norse mythology, you are going to know a few of these.
Yeah.
But first thing I got is Old Norse poems provide lists of Valkyrie names. In addition, some Valkyrie names appear solely outside of these lists, such as Sigrun. Many Valkyrie names emphasize associations with battle and, in many cases, on the spear, a weapon heavily associated with the god Odin.
Yeah.
Some scholars propose that the names of the Valkyries themselves contain no individuality, but are rather descriptive of the traits and nature of war goddesses, and are possibly the descriptive creations of skalds. Some Valkyrie names may be descriptive of the roles and abilities of the Valkyries. The Valkyrie name Heya.
Can I get a Heya?
Has been theorized as pointing to a connection to the name of the goddess Hariasa. Hariasa. We'll go with that.
Yeah.
Who is attested from a stone from 187 CE. The name... Oh, what? You're having a bubble, ain't you? The name... Herforta?
Yeah, Herforta.
Has been theorised as pointing to the ability of the Valkyries to place fetters. The name Svipul...
Fetters? What, cheese?
That's what I thought.
Cheese.
She got the brunt end of the job, just scattering cheese about. The name Svipul may be descriptive of the influence the Valkyries have over the word, a Germanic concept of fate.
Right.
So some of the Valkyrie names are, and again, I am probably going to butcher a shit ton of these, so apologise. Brynhild, which means armour battle or bright battle. Eir, which means peace, help, or mercy.
That's when you treaded dog shit. Isn't it?
Yeah. It's because I got them fucking like asterisks above them and shit. It throws you off.
Asterisks.
Big word. Big word. Don't ask me to spell it. Gerhard, meaning spear and battle. Gerdrifel, meaning spearfinger.
Oh, that's also a myth in Appalachian.
Is it?
Spearfinger, yeah.
Maybe they're connected.
No, I doubt it.
Geronal, meaning charging. Go, meaning noise. Gondol, which means wand wielder.
So, a witch.
Yeah. Gunner, coincidentally meaning war.
Gunners.
Herfolter, meaning host fetter, again, cheese spreader. Heya, which means which means devastate.
Can I get a Heya?
Hilda, which means battle. What?
Oh, you're on your own there, boy.
Kjarmprimal,
Fair enough. Fair
meaning helmet clatter. Priest, meaning shake or quake. Hrund, which means pricker. So just a polite way of just calling him a prick.
You are. Yeah, they got the job of calling people pricks.
Yeah.
Like, you're a prick.
Kara, meaning the wild stormy one. Meest, which means mist. Who saw that coming? Ulrun, which means ale rune.
Bet 4 love them.
Yep. Randgrid, meaning shield truce. Rota, meaning sleet. Sigadriffer. I'm probably saying some racial slur.
Yeah, probably.
You fucking Sigadriffer. Meaning victory urger. Sigrun, meaning victory rune. Scold, meaning debt. Sveepal, meaning changeable. Pogan, meaning silence. Prima, meaning fight. And Pruda, meaning power. Now, like I said about the God of War games, one name in particular there, Sigrun, who is a side quest villain. My fucking God, she's the hardest, most difficult, just most irritating, annoying cunt to kill. She honestly is like, you'd be twatting her for half an hour and it'd be 2 hits, you're dead. You're like, righto. Like, she was so difficult.
So OP.
Yeah, honestly, it was infuriating trying to kill that bitch.
I don't know where I saw one thing. That shield maidens, because like if you've seen the Viking series, you've heard of Lagertha, who's a shield maiden, even though Lagertha is very rarely mentioned in actual Norse text.
Yeah.
But I always thought, like, shield maidens, when they died, if they died in battle, they could become Valkyries.
Valkyries, yeah.
Which I don't know where I heard that from, but
it does ring a bell in all fairness, unless it's just something they believed or something.
Maybe,
but then the gods were like, nah.
No, you're going to hell.
We got enough of them.
Yeah. Either you're going to hell or Valhalla.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, no, so simple answer is the Valkyries, they used to ride horses. They'd be like flying horses, like Pegasus. But that's Greek. But they would be watching the battle, and whoever was like the most brave, most vicious, fierce, and if they got killed, they'd be like, these are good for
Vionia,
to go to Valhalla for eventually fighting alongside us during Ragnarok.
Yeah, exactly. Which, obviously, we've mentioned Valhalla last week, but it's quite difficult to find some stuff on Valhalla because basically all that's known about it, we've mentioned more or less.
Pretty much. Let's say it's the Hall of the Fallen. It is the hall where the god Odin houses the dead who deems worthy of dwelling with him. According to the Old Norse poem, Grimnismal, is the Song of the Hooded One. The roof of Goldbroke Valhalla is made of shields and has spears for its rafters. Seats made of breastplates surrounded the many feasting tables of the vast hall. Its gates are guarded by wolves and eagles fly above it. The dead who reside in Valhalla, the Einherjar.
Enya.
Thank you.
You're right, boy.
Wow. The Enya. Live a life that would have been the envy of any Viking warrior. All day long, they fight one another, doing countless Valaris deeds along the way. But every evening, all their wounds are healed, and they are restored to full health. They surely work up quite an appetite from all those battles, and their dinners don't disappoint. Their meat comes from the boar Saramir, whose meaning is unknown, who comes back to life every time he is slaughtered and butchered. For their drink, they have mead that comes from udder of the goat Hydron, who they thereby enjoy an endless supply of their exceptionally fine food and drink. They are waited on by the beautiful Valkyries. So as well as choosing them, they also used to be their waitresses.
Hag 'em.
and probably that as well.
Yeah. Actually, I think I've got something on that, actually.
Oh, no.
I'm pretty sure I do. 1 sec, sorry.
Mad. Huh?
1 sec, sorry. Where is it? Yeah, the Valkyries bed and mead. Valkyries also appear as lovers of heroes and other mortals, where they are sometimes described as the daughters of royalty, sometimes accompanied by ravens, and sometimes connected to swans or horses.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, they did just
Like to have their way with them.
Yeah, exactly.
But Einar won't live this charmed life forever. Valhalla's battle-honed residents are there by the will of Odin, who collects them for the perfectly selfish purpose of having them come to his aid in his fated struggle against the wolf Fenrir during Ragnarok, which we will get on about next week.
Mm-hmm.
A battle in which Odin and the Einar are doomed to die. Or are they? You'll find that out on the Ragnarok episode.
Mm-hmm.
The only Old Norse source that provides a direct statement about how people gained entrance to Valhalla is the Prose Edda. Excuse me. Of Snorri Sturluson, a 13th century Icelandic scholar. Snorri wrote many generations after Norse paganism had given way to Christianity and ceased to be a living tradition. And he often went out of his way to articulately systemize the disparate material in his sources, many which we too possess. According to Snorri, those who die in a battle are taken to Valhalla, while those who die of sickness or old age find themselves in hell, the underworld after their departure from the land of the living. Yet Snorri blatantly contradicts this statement in his account of the tale of the death of Balder, who was killed violently and was nevertheless born to hell. No other source makes this distinction, and several offer further examples to the contrary, some of which will... oh, no, wrong bit. This neat, tidy distinction between Hell and Valhalla is certainly an invention of Snorri's, a product of his tendency to attempt to systemize Norse paganism, which was never a neat, tidy system while it was in practice. Nevertheless, Snorri probably wasn't entirely off base, while entrance to Valhalla seems to have ultimately been a matter of who Odin and his Valkyries chose to live there, rather than any particularly impersonal standard. So basically, if you died in a battle, it don't automatically mean you're going to Valhalla.
No.
The ranks of Valhalla would therefore predominantly be filled with elite warriors, especially heroes and rulers, and indeed, when Old Norse sources mention particular people residing in Valhalla, they almost invariably fit that description, along with elite practitioners of other roles that the hall of a Viking Age chieftain would have contained, such as the poet Bragi. So as well as Ragnar Lothbrok.
Yeah.
Bjorn Ironside.
So pretty much all his sons.
Yeah. Rollo, the Stamford Bridge Berserker.
Yeah.
You know, people that are known and they were feared and they were
Eric the Red.
Yeah. And they were just fantastic warriors. They were the ones that would go to Valhalla.
Yeah.
Not just mushy boy.
Because he killed someone, so what did he do?
Yeah. The continual battle that takes place at Valhalla is one of the place's defining features. The medieval Danish historian Saxo Grammaticus describes the hero Hadding discovering just such a place in the underworld. Furthermore, the very name Valhalla, the Hall of the Fallen, clearly seems to relate it to the name Valhalla, the Rock of the Fallen. A title given to certain rocks and hills where the dead were thought to dwell in southern Sweden, one of the greatest historical centres of the worship of Odin. So then, could that be where Valhalla was located?
Maybe.
But that always depends on what source you look into. Evidently, the Vikings perceived no absolutely firm difference between Valhalla and the other halls of the dead. For more... No. But, so yeah, pretty much Yeah, you had to be fucking sick.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you had to be top don.
Yeah. Oh yeah, but because when try and picture Valhalla in your head, like because they always say like the Great Golden Gates.
Yeah.
So for them, it's their heaven.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
It is their heaven. Like, I mean, obviously they're dead. But yeah, when you think walk in, I'll just think of like rows and rows of tables, kind of like when you're walking when the kids walk into Hogwarts.
Yeah,
into the main hall, kind of like that, like long rows of tables with chairs, breastplated chairs around. And I think as well, I saw somewhere that the tables were made out of old ships.
Yeah, I think I saw something like that.
They were made out like the parts of old ships, like the longboats.
Yeah,
that's what they were called, weren't they? So, but yeah, the ceilings were just cladded with shields, absolutely just fucking rammed everywhere with shields and spears for the rafters that used to go across. And then at the end would be like the head table where the gods sat. Yeah, mate, like Odin. I think Thor. Yeah, I think he was part of it. Freya, Balder, Tyr. Heimdall.
The main lot, basically.
Yeah, the main lot. The ones when you think of like Norse mythology, who we covered last week.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I'd say Tyr was there, but he had his hand in Fenrir's mouth most of the time. That's mad to think as well. Like the Valkyries were also their slags. I don't know. They were there.
They were a bit though.
They were their cool girls, weren't they? Like, as well
they're
as
escorts.
Yeah. So let's put some price on there. But just imagine that, like you died, like you was in battle, you was fucking sick in battle, and then you died. So you weren't that sick, but. But then all of a sudden you wake up and you're just like walking into this great hall. Yeah. And it's just loads of because for someone like me, like walking into that, I'm like, oh, for fuck's sake. Have I got to keep doing this? Yeah. Fucking lot. Like,
let me have a rest, bro.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. I know you're training, but I'm knackered, fam. Yeah.
But then you sit down and you think, oh, fuck. And then you just see this pig and think, oh, that's going to taste good. Yeah. And then it's like, oh, it's back to life.
Yeah.
How's this happen?
Sorry. Yeah. Do you want your leg back?
Imagine if he was a vegetarian.
Oh, they ain't getting in Valhalla.
Yeah, that's true. But you can only eat pork. Like, you can only eat pig. Like, I love pork.
Pork is pain.
I think even I'd get sick of it.
Yeah, you would.
You'd be like, hey, you got any chicken?
You would get
beef?
Bored as anything. Like, you'd pray for Ragnarok to hurry up.
Yeah.
Because there's literally just scrapping, maybe potentially shagging a Valkyrie here and there. Yeah. And eating pork. And drinking meat, you would get so bored.
But as well, like, because Vikings had a lot of battles.
Yeah.
That's a lot of battles. Yeah. And a lot of them, like, a fair few of them died. That Valhalla must be huge. Yeah. And what they're saying is, there's a Valkyrie to every member in Valhalla.
That's a lot of Valkyries.
That's a lot of Valkyries. Either that, or poor cow is getting ran in. You know what I mean? She's there like, oh, you want some pork? Want some mead?
Do you want me?
Get that down. You can have me out.
Yeah. Oh, mate.
And then like it's like, oh, I've got a 10:30. So
yeah. It's like, hurry up, will you, boss?
Yeah.
At that rate, the Valkyries are sitting there going, would it be easier if I started an OnlyFans? Valkyrie OnlyFans.
Where did they get the time to then go on their horses to find the dead?
That is a point, actually.
Yeah. Oh, no, but then, to be fair, because during the day they're fighting.
Yeah, that's probably when they do it, sort of thing, yeah. So we'll have him. Do you reckon they pick the ones they fancy?
Maybe, you know. That must be a thing.
They're actually just god-awful fighters. It's just like, cool, well, he's a bit of me.
Yeah. He's hitting a hog on that boy. He's coming back.
But you know what's peak for the Vikings, right? Imagine, like, mad battle, yeah?
Yeah.
And you've gone ham. You thought you've put in a shift, and you're thinking, and you get stabbed or shot or whatever, and you're like, right, this is it. Valhalla, here I come. And you wake up and you're in hell.
Yeah.
how fuming would you be?
Mate, you'd be just kicking the fuck out of everything, wouldn't you? But I think when they say hell, because when we think of hell, we think of burning, we think of devils, demons, and stuff like that. But hell there is quite different. Like, it's no bad or good place.
No,
it's a grey area.
Yeah,
like there's no like say either. I think there's a few other places that are dead, but you always thought it's either Valhalla or hell.
Yeah.
So really, you had no choice but to be a Viking, to be a warrior.
Yeah.
A good warrior, just to have a good life.
Yeah, pretty much.
Just to have a good afterlife.
Yeah. And all the while, they're thinking, yeah, buzzing. I finally got to Valhalla. But then, not one of them's thought you're just training for the inevitable.
Yeah, you're just going to die.
Fucked up in Ragnarok.
Yeah, because they'll end up in hell anyway.
Well, yeah.
Because after Ragnarok, because they're meant to be doomed.
Yeah.
So when Ragnarok happens, they're just going to end up in hell anyway. But at least they had a good time beforehand.
Yeah. Yeah.
Imagine that, imagine because say they're scrapping all day, and you someone puts a cheeky stab in or something like that, and then later on when they're feasting, and the bloke you done that cheeky stab is sitting across from you.
Yeah,
and you're
just cheers, boss.
Yeah,
you're thinking I'm gonna cut your fucking head off tomorrow.
Yeah, you would though, wouldn't you? You're like, you know what, fuck you, wait until tomorrow.
Do you know what? I think the most peak thing would be being the last Viking in Valhalla. So been ferried off, and you think, yes, finally my time has come. Yes,
I'm in Valhalla.
You sit down, you're like, right, feast. Then you hear Galahad. He's just like, are you mad? Ragnarok's starting right now. I ain't even had a chance to bite me pork, bruv. Yeah. Fucking hell.
Yeah, I ain't had a chance to pork her.
Yeah.
Yeah, just sitting there, just getting ready, and you asking all the elves, is it good? Is it good? Is it good? And they're like, oh mate, it's the best. It's the best.
Buzzing.
It's absolute best. Yeah. And they're like, what else do you do? And they're say, oh yeah, look at all these Valkyries, and I mean they're all stunners.
Yeah.
absolute stunners. And they're like, yeah, you get to have one of them later, and all that. Really? Oh my god,
what buzz?
I'm so pleased I'm dead. Then you say,
it's just like, are you mad?
You look at Odin, be like, oi, you one-eyed prick.
I think
he's a chance.
Yeah, I think I just sit there going, no, I'm not going. Fuck it. What are you going to do about it? You got a big dog to go fight, dickhead.
He's mad though, because you don't hear that in other mythologies as well. You got the gods versus the Titans in Greek and all stuff like that. You never hear of any other saying, oh, they're destined. Because even their prophecies are like, yeah, I'm going to die by a giant dog. Or, I'm going to kill a snake, but it also kills me at the same time. Or does he? Like you say, we don't know. We're fucking it up.
Yeah, we really are. Spoilers!
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's so difficult.
Yeah.
Not as much as we love Norse mythology and everything, it is so difficult because they're so well interlinked.
Yeah.
You
can't. You start talking about one story and then you've got to cut it off because otherwise you're going to go to another.
Exactly.
I mean, come the end of it, when we do the Ragnarok episode, we get at least it will just flow. Yeah, do you know what I mean?
That episode's got to be long.
Yeah,
because we're going to be just talking about all sorts.
Oh, it's going to be so good.
Yeah, I know that's going to be the best one. But now, I don't know why, but I just love to go to Valhalla.
Yeah,
I love saying it as well.
Yeah,
Valhalla. But do you imagine just sitting there, just Odin? You're looking at Odin.
Yeah.
You're looking at the Allfather. Bruv.
It's like, it's you. I'm actually here. Let's get a selfie, boss.
Because as well,
fucking Twitter. Hashtag met the goat.
yeah. There's no way you hold a mule there.
Yeah.
Hashtag Thor's gonna be pissed.
Yeah, just in the background, you see Thor just going like that, getting ready to cave your head in
his wedding dress. But, what was this? And I think as well, because as well as feasting and everything like that, they all told stories.
Yeah,
it was like a group therapy session as well.
Yeah,
they'd all tell how they died or what battles they were from.
Yeah,
who they were. But you imagine being Ragnar, because he was the the GOAT.
Yeah.
He's the GOAT. When you think of Viking, you think of Ragnar. And him just... He's one of them, like, he speaks, no one talks.
Yeah.
He just
Even Odin's silent.
Yeah, like, he stands up and everyone's like, fuck, it's him.
It's him.
It is him. It is Ragnar Lothbrok.
Thing is, obviously, because, like, the Sons had beef for a little bit.
Mm.
Well, no, actually, I don't think they did. I think that was just for the TV show sort of thing. But imagine if that was genuine. Like, they had all that beef, and they all go to Valhalla, and then you're sitting across the table from your brother, who obviously has just killed you or whatever. You're just thinking, you fucking prick.
Yeah, we've got to now go eternity.
Yeah.
Until Ragnarok happens. We've got to purl with each other now. But it'd be a good place to talk your feelings over, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, imagine, like say Lagertha was real and she was this mad shield maiden, like the greatest shield maiden there ever was, and she's there, like, when Ragnar's like,
who's your daddy?
Yeah, and he's about to go and pork a fucking Valkyrie. She's like, nah,
you ain't.
I'm pulling one of them shields off the roof.
Yeah.
You're fucked, mate.
Sake.
That would be just.
I can't get out of my head like a fucking Valhalla, like social media now. just do the slide picture of a Valkyrie. Hashtag look at her. Hashtag sort. Smash up on us. Valkyrie Tinder. Nah. Sigrun. Hello, gorgeous.
That's crazy. But without fucking. I am right in saying that Valkyries used to ride like winged horses.
Yeah,
wasn't it?
yeah, I'm pretty sure they did. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because again, I know in the games that they have wings.
Yeah.
So.
Or did they? Yeah. I'm thinking of Marvel.
No, but I'm pretty sure they did ride winged horses. I'm pretty sure they did.
Let us know, because I'm thinking of Marvel. Because when Valkyrie, it's in full Ragnarok.
Yeah.
And they're all flying at Hela.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they did fly or ride winged horses.
Yeah, something like that. I don't know. I'm not sure. Unless
No.
they did have wings. It makes sense. And then at night, them wings become like a dress. But how can you slip off wings?
Yeah, that's the point. They're just getting away. I was going to say something, but I was like, no, better not. I'm tempted, but... Oh.
Go on. Well done.
You do the Valkyrie doggy and like the feathers are just poking you in the eye. You're like, fuck off, bitch!
Or say she's on top and the wings get too excited and start flying off.
Hang on. Whoa. What's your safe word?
Oh dear, we're creeps. We are creeps.
We are.
I think we need to have a little word of ourselves out of this.
Yeah.
Or like, can you imagine? Like, I bet like the Valkyries talk to each other. Like, who'd you have last night? I had Ragnar, and they'll be like, I had fucking, I don't know,
Peter.
yeah, Jeffrey. I know, like, tough luck, girl.
Or it's just like Chinese whispers, and then like one Valkyrie shags Ragnar one night, and then you shag her the next night. You just come back in, look at Ragnar, the greatest Viking of all time, and go, baby dick.
He had no clue what he was doing. Don't get me wrong, he can wield an axe, he can wield a sword, but he can't wield this fucking weapon, I tell you. I'm sorry. If there is Valhalla, I'm sorry. Ragnar, we love you. Oh, man calls me Ragnar.
Fuck's sake.
Oh, mate. I still really need to watch Vikings.
Yeah, it is unbelievable.
Yeah.
The Netflix spin-off is... Nah.
Oh, what? That was Vikings Valhalla.
Yeah, it's... It's just, it ain't got a scratch on it. Because it's obviously set so long after them.
Right.
So it's like, what's the point?
Yeah.
No one really cared after you. That was like towards the back end of the Viking era.
Yeah, that's where they dwindled, weren't
Yeah,
they?
exactly. Whereas the Viking show, it shows you like obviously mainly from Ragnar's point of view, but how he became like he went from just a farmer to end up becoming like basically,
which is not true,
isn't it?
It is not true. He was never a farmer. He was pretty much raised to fight. Yeah, but well, there is no text to say he was a farmer.
No,
but yeah, because he no, he weren't the first king of Norway.
No.
But weren't he something to do, like bringing them together?
Yeah, he was. What's the word I'm looking for? I keep thinking it's Duke, but it's not Duke at all.
No, he was king.
Oh, what is it?
He was king. Because they say it, don't they? He was king of Norway.
Yeah. He weren't officially the king of Norway.
Yeah, I think he was.
Was he?
Yeah, I think he was. Oh, I'm not 100% on it now. I'm second guessing.
Can't think. I'll have to watch it again.
Yeah.
Fucking shame. But no, if you're interested in Vikings and that, and you haven't watched Vikings, watch Vikings.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's so fucking good.
Who's your favourite character?
Uber.
Really?
Yeah. Just because, like, originally, obviously, it was Ragnar because of how cool he is, but Uber reminds me the most out of Ragnar. Like, he is a spitting image of him.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, you can tell you're Ragnar.
Because I quite like Bjorn.
Yeah.
Because he was just such a beast, weren't he?
He went out like a champ.
Yeah, because in it something to do with Ivar.
Yeah, it's like Ivar's joined the Russian army, and they're about to attack Kattegat. And Bjorn had already been stabbed by Ivar at this point. He was gonna die, but to unite all the people, like all the rest of Norway against him, he come out on like a horseback, and then one of the Russians was like, "Nah, he should be dead." Shot him with 3 arrows, and then he raises his sword, and then the army comes behind him. It's like, oh, you boys are fucked. Even Ivar's like, I'm done for. What's the point?
But Ivar was pretty sick because he's the only one who could really get under like Ragnar's skin.
He was a tactical mastermind.
Yeah. No, we're just talking from the show point of view. We're not talking about like actual Ivar and everything like that. But but I thought Bjorn was just such a beast.
Yeah.
He was. What I've seen clips of, like, so I've never actually watched a full episode. But.
They were all. Oh no, I was about to say they were all beasts, but they really weren't.
No.
Vitzik and Sigurd, pussy holes. They really were. Because it's like Sigurd and Ivar were like just bickering brothers, and then Ivar does him in with an axe. Because he's like, oh, what is it? He says it's like, it's like, oh, it must be hard for you now that your mummy's dead, knowing that she's the only one who ever really loved you. As they're all having like a family meal after a victory, and Ivar just picks up an axe and just launches it at him. It's like, oh shit.
No, because what am I thinking? I love Floki as well because of just how mad he was.
But again, him and Ivar's relationship is just brilliant.
Yeah,
where it's like, Floki's about to leave, and Ivar's like, you fucking coward.
Yeah.
And obviously, because in the show, Ivar the boneless, he's got no bones in his legs.
He's crippled.
Yeah, so Floki's just gone, stand up and say that to my face. I'm like, brilliant.
But it just showed, like, because he adored Ragnar.
Yeah,
he absolutely adored him, and he as well because he was such a pagan. Like, all he believed was the gods and everything like that.
Yeah, everything happened for that. Like, it wasn't no one's decision. The gods allowed it, sort of thing.
No, and he was so pissed off with Ragnar, like, learning about the Christianity
and shit. Yeah,
and he was getting so because he kills
Athelstan.
Yeah, and that really fucked them two up for a little while.
Yeah.
Didn't it? But not for too long.
Nah.
And it's just but what they did right in the show, like what I have seen, and what the text, what Norse text says, is about Ragnar getting killed in the pit of serpents.
Yeah. They got that bang on.
Yeah, which I still
because that's what from that point onwards. Okay, yeah, they dramatised so much, but they pretty much followed the script.
They tried to follow as much as they can, but there's so many gaps and everything. They filled it in.
But yeah, exactly. And obviously, because I've got to make it entertaining.
Yeah, which they fucking
because, like, obviously, it is genuine. Like, he was captured by the English, killed in a pit of serpents, which led on the Great Heathen Army to invade England, where they got settlements all over the gaff.
Yeah.
And the sons were just like, Oh, you fucked up,
Mate,
boy.
That is, I keep saying it on TikTok. It's the scene where like the British king, the English king of that, sitting on the horse, and it was Bjorn's army that come out first.
Yeah,
and they think, we got a good chance. And
yeah,
also
it's
they
just
all
army. It's just God help us. It's like, I don't think he can.
Yeah, it was Floki though.
Yeah.
How he was just walking up like a wild animal. And I was just like, oh, you beast! I'm just like, you could just see it in his eyes.
Yeah,
like, he's gonna kill.
Fuck.
But,
oh, what a show!
Yeah.
What a show! I'm gonna have to watch that one again now. It is so good.
I might have to try and start watching it.
Please do. Honestly, it is incredible.
Try and get caught to watch it because it's just I just love it. It's just I don't know.
Oh, so good.
I love the idea.
The last season was a bit of a letdown. I've got to be honest.
Thing is because when you,
I think that is the case with like every fucking show at the minute.
But and as well because with like how the Vikings went. Like you say at the start, it was all about Ragnar, like the goat about Ragnar, and then it was like more about Bjorn and Ivar.
Yeah,
and then like it's gonna dwindle.
Yeah,
because all these they're Vikings at the end of the day. They're gonna die in battle or whatever.
Like, the first episode of the last season and the last episode were both incredible. It was just the middle bit. It was
getting
it was filler.
Yeah,
it was just pure filler. It's just like, oh come on, this is getting a bit boring.
Is
now.
it like completely finished now?
Yeah. But like I said, they did keep it historically accurate as best they could.
Yeah,
like the way Bjorn died, the way Ivar died,
Ragnar,
all of that they did keep.
Yeah,
pretty bang on it.
But what I like about with the Vikings as well, because when you think of other armies, say the Romans, the Spartans, even like samurais and that, always men. Whereas the Vikings, they took great pleasure in saying how they had shield maidens and women were
and they were
Yeah.
Tough motherfuckers.
With Vikings, the men were men and so were the women.
Yeah. Welcome to Scandinavia, where men are men and women can be if they want to.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. But but yeah, I do quite like that, because then it just shows like how close they were as people.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's not like the first whiff of battle. Like it's like, oh no,
yeah,
men go.
Yeah,
whereas women were like,
come on then,
gives that fucking shield. We'll show him, man. It's done. This is for Lagatha. Even though, like, say I think a Lagatha did exist.
Yeah,
but I don't think she was a shield maker.
No,
I can't think what she fucking was. But yeah, it's very rare in the text that she was actually big as what they made her out in the Viking series. But I like what they done with her, to be fair.
Yeah, 100%.
Let's say I'm saying it like I've watched it. I haven't. It's just clips off TikTok and bits I've found off YouTube.
Yeah.
And what I can gather, it just seems like how well they've made her own person.
Yeah.
Not Ragnar.
They basically took the whole emphasis of a shield maiden and just put it into one character.
Yeah. Yeah, because as well, like what they could have done with that show, which I'm pleased they didn't. They could have just made it as Lagatha was Ragnar's wife. Nothing else. Like she was just there waiting for him to come home.
Yeah.
Nah, she was there caving skulls. But no.
I think that about wraps this episode up, don't you?
And I tell you, if you like about Valhalla, listen to the song "Valhalla Calling Me" by Peyton Parrish. Or just listen to Peyton Parrish. He's sick.
Yeah.
But because I remember I was just like, let's say, scrolling through TikTok and I was watching stuff about Vikings and stuff, and yeah, he just popped up with this song Valhalla Calling, and I was just like, I like this.
Yeah.
And now I'm obsessed with him. That and My Mother Told Me. That's
so good.
That's such a good song, mate. Because it's only like 4 lines. The whole song is just 4 lines, but how it just keeps going. Wednesday, when I was at work, I was having to be a fucking lollipop man, pretty much. I had to have a stop and go sign, and I was just trying to just keep myself occupied, because you can't stand there on your fucking phone, can you?
No,
because you got to be vigilant of what's happening with traffic. Righto. And also. So you're just trying to make day pass, and the wind was fucking blowing through, like it nearly knocked me off my feet. Like it was a bit mad.
Out.
And it started pissing down the rain. I was not in a good place. But then I just kept singing "My Mother Told Me." And
Brilliant.
Just to fucking get through.
Yeah.
It does work. It does work.
That song's in the show as well. Quite a few times. Though King Harold and his brother sing it, like the English version, and then they sing the Norse version, or like the Skaldic version, later on.
Oh, right. Because I'm pretty sure Peyton Parrish does do the Nordic version as well.
Yeah.
That's pretty sick.
Because there's a bit in it where it's when in the last season where Uber and them like are just floating, drifting on a boat, and they have a Christian with them, and he just starts singing a Christian song. You see Uber like being like a kid, like covering his like ears and shit, and next thing you know, he just starts singing the Skaldic version.
Yeah,
shuts that guy completely up because he's just got like an evil stare in his face, like you carry on, brother, and I'm gonna throw you in.
No, like listen to Peyton Parrish.
Yeah.
Peyton Parrish, he is sick. If he ever listens to us or watches us for some fucking reason, get in touch. Massive fan.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
But no, I think that about wraps it up.
I think so, mate.
Like we said, next week we will be talking about the beasts of Norse mythology.
Yes!
We got a fair few to cover.
Yes! Oh, yes! I'm so excited. So excited.
But
fucking love it.
Apologies that this episode hasn't been the longest of episodes. We tried to find as much as we could, but the premise with the Valkyries and Valhalla sort of just go hand in hand. And once you know one, you know the other.
You are very limited.
Yeah.
Valhalla is just a place.
Yeah,
at the
exactly.
End of it, it's just a place.
The Valkyries are just
part of that place.
Yeah, Donnies that just bring people there. They're basically like hotel clerks. This is your bed.
With a few added extras.
Yeah.
Fucking hell. Savage. If there are Valkyries, they're probably looking at us saying, yeah, you boys.
Yeah, you ain't coming. But, no. Ed.
Yes?
Where can they find us?
Well, you can find us on our Facebook page, which is Missing Mysteries in Black and White. You can follow us on Instagram. Fuck, my brain just went, nah, mate. Follow us on Instagram, which is Missing Mysteries _, the actual underscore line. You can follow us on Twitter, which is Missing Mysteries 1. If you see our logo, that's us.
Mm-hmm.
Unless someone's copying us, but
which is a compliment and annoyance at the same time.
Yeah, exactly. You can follow us on TikTok, which is Missing Mysteries 10. Same again. Logo. You can email us, and that could be with sightings of a cryptid or an alien or a fucking ghost or whatever. That could be a theory. That could be criticism. So if you didn't like the show, or we didn't do enough, or whatever. Praises, which you prefer.
Mm-hmm.
So just tell us how good we look. They won't.
No.
Or just tell us what you enjoyed about the show, if it made you laugh, or if you've learned something, or whatever. Ideas for future shows, and let's say, even though we're doing mythologies, we do have On the Hunt.
Mm-hmm.
So that could be something that we might not know of to cover, or anything really.
Yeah.
Or you just fancy a chat with us.
Yeah.
Like I say, people don't talk enough nowadays.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
Get on it. You can follow us on our YouTube. We'll subscribe and like and hit the notification, all that jazz.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, best way to find that is through our Facebook page, because that's got it all on there, and that will take you directly to our YouTube channel, where then you can subscribe, which we'd like.
Yeah.
Hit that notification bell, and you'll never miss an episode of our main podcast, our On the Hunt series, and our React series, which I have to apologise, because we have not done a React for 2 weeks in a row now. 1 week it was because illness, and this week is because we was meant to do it. I fell asleep. I completely just passed out, and Yeah, next thing I knew, it was Friday morning, and Josh was like, "It's still on." I'm like, "Oh, sorry, Chief, I fucked up." So yeah, I have to do a massive apologies for that because I've got a couple of ideas what to do for reacts.
Yeah,
I'll tell you about them later.
Ooh.
So you'll have to watch them. But yeah, they're like I say, on the hunt we do mainly recent news of anything creepy, paranormal, all that jazz, or what we think's not quite right, or whatever we want to talk about.
Yeah.
Like I say, last week as well, we done about Russell Brand, the banning of the XL Bully in the UK, which is recent, and I talked about Bridgewater Triangle because I fancied it.
Exactly. Match.
Exactly. So you got to, but I think I've covered all what I need to cover, I think.
Yep.
Yeah?
Yes, you have.
Right. So, Josh, where can they listen to us, even though you probably already are?
Exactly. But if you fancy listening on another platform, you can listen to us on Podbean, Spotify, Amazon, Samsung, Podchaser, Player FM, and iHeartRadio.
Fantastic. So, yeah. Get involved.
Yeah, exactly. You've got no excuse.
No excuse.
There's enough variety out there for you.
Exactly.
Treat yourself.
Yeah. Or if you don't, if you, well, you probably already are, please share it to your friends who might have a similar interest as you.
Yeah.
Or even if they don't. Because let's be honest, we don't know half the shit we're talking about.
No.
But we try and make it entertaining.
Exactly. And if your friend replies and says, no, I don't want to listen to them, I don't like them, get rid of them out your life because they were never a good friend.
Exactly.
See? We offer moral advice as well. We're the gift that keeps on giving. If your friend don't like us, fuck him off. But no, thank you very much for watching and listening, or both. And we'll see you on the next one. Bye.
Happy hunting.